Now, I'm not usually one to play a platformer, unless you stick the name Mario on it, but Blob 2 manages to capture enough of that magic to provide its fair share of silly entertainment. Blob 2 was originally released back in 2011 on the previous generation of systems, including the PS3, the 360, Wii, and a sort of side story for DS. That's right, DS, not 3DS. It continues the adventures of Blob, an aptly named creature of nondescript form that can absorb paint and use it to color the buildings and people of the various regions and cities you encounter, saving them from the evil Comrade Black who aims to rule a world devoid of all color. The gameplay is fairly simple, using only a few of the buttons available on this generation of consoles, and your objectives are always easy to find, with the aid of an in-game compass pointing you to where you need to go. Your tasks vary a little, but generally involve absorbing paint of a certain color and using it to paint something. Your knowledge of the color wheel will come in handy as you mix the primary colors together to hit those pesky purple, orange, green, and brown targets. The game tosses you into 2D scrolling sections to vary it up, and these sections are usually where the puzzle element shows up strongest. The game does have an assortment of enemies, though they're minimally threatening, as all of them are easily dispatched by the targeted stomping and charging that's admittedly quite addictive once you get the hang of it. The true enemies of Blob 2 are water and time. Water washes off any color you've absorbed, which can be a pain when you're struggling to stay purple and the nearest source of blue paint is halfway across the level. As for time, it'll sneak up on you as the game progresses. A timer sits at the top of the screen, ominously counting down the seconds you have left to complete the level. You can pick up extra time by completing certain bonus challenges through the levels, but sometimes getting stuck in a puzzle can suddenly find you worrying about the incessant dwindling clock. When you finish the level, you get to explore and complete more challenges to earn inspiration without worrying about a timer. You can use inspiration to buy upgrades like extra lives or increase how much paint you can carry. This bit of freedom is a nice break from the subtle pressure of the rest of the game and gives you a chance to paint the rest of the level and rack up your score. The only issues I encountered involved jumps and wall writing feeling a little sticky, and a few rare camera issues, but these weren't big enough to detract from the overall experience. The story is told through wordless cutscenes at the beginning of each level, and you'll read short blurbs of exposition as you accept each mission throughout the levels. It's a simple story, and not very deep, but it's injected with enough humor to get a few genuine chuckles. Visually, the game is vibrant, which is good since the entire game revolves around painting cities and landscapes 7 different colors. It's a bit hard to understand what you're looking at for the first few minutes, but once you get used to it, it's easy to pick up each new concept the game introduces. The audio design is cleverly tied into the gameplay. A subtle beat plays in the background until you start painting, which will bring in some jazzy music to give your painting a little bit more punch. The characters you encounter also make some noise, but they only speak in gibberish. Blob 2 is a game that's easy to play with your brain turned down low. The puzzles are challenging enough to be interesting, but you won't be throwing your arms up in frustration. It's a fun game that just wants you to sit back and enjoy what it has to offer, and it's aged well since its original release in 2011. That said, if you played it back then, there really isn't any reason to pick it up again now. It's the same game you remember. If you haven't played it before and are looking for something lighthearted, pick it up and paint the town red, or whatever color you like. My reviews sum up with the answer to one question. Do I like it? So Blob 2, do I like it? Yes. It's cute, it's fun, and I'm glad I played it, and I think you will be too. That'll about do it for today. Have you played Blob 2? Let me know what you think in the comments below. There'll be lots more reviews and gaming news on this channel, so click the subscribe button if you like what you saw today. Until next time, this is MrTristifer, signing off.